I'd like to welcome all the children who are at church today. It is really good to be in touch with you and to connect with you. I hope that you are having a magnificent winter. I hope that you've had a chance to enjoy some of the sunshine this weekend. I miss you and I love you, and I'm so excited for the day when we will be able to be all together again. Today for our children's time, there are a couple of things that you might wish to have on hand. So I'll go over them. Then if you will, please pause the video, go and get the things and come back, and I'll be here when you get back. So 3 things you might want to have. First is a glass. It could work with a clear plastic cup if that would be easier for you. So you want an empty glass or cup that you can see through. Next, I have a pitcher of water. If that's something easy, that might be fun to work with. If not, that's okay too. And then third, you don't need to have a chicken, but it would be great if you could find some kind of interesting object. Could be a stuffed animal, could be some from your kitchen, kind of anything in your house that's interesting to look at. So something interesting, maybe some water, and an empty glass. If you want to get those 3 things, I'll be here when you get back. Welcome back. Today, I'd like to share with you a favorite Bible story of mine. It's not the same story that we heard in church today, but it relates. And it's when Jesus was talking to the disciples, and he says to them, "Why is it that you are all so good at noticing the specks in your neighbor's eye, but you don't notice that you are walking around with a whole log sticking out of your eye? Why don't you try taking the log out of your own eye, and then you'll be able to see more clearly to take the specks of dust out of your neighbor's eyes." Now that's kind of a crazy story, right? Who is walking around with a log sticking out of their eye and they don't even know it? I'd think I would know that. But that right there is kind of the point. That so often we think we see and we don't really see. Our seeing is distorted. And so often it's so easy to see what's wrong with everybody else when we don't always pay attention to how we need help or how there's something about us that we could fix. So let's do a few things. I invite you to take your interesting object and first of all, just look at it. Notice a few things about it. I've got this beautiful chicken here. Next, why don't you take the empty glass and try looking at your object through the glass. That's my camera. Okay, I still see a chicken when I do that, but the chicken kind of looks further away. It looks a lot smaller and strange. And then if your glass is empty, you can flip it around and check this way. Oh, this just makes the chicken look blurry. Maybe it looks closer? I don't think so. I think it looks blurry. Oh, if you move it up and down, that's kind of fun. Yeah, so experiment with your glass and your object and see how the object looks different when you do different things with the glass. And then I'm going to put some water in the glass and see what happens here. Oh, this is very interesting. Okay, if you look at your object through the glass of water, my chicken just flipped sides. So it looks like it's facing this direction when I look at it through the water. Now it's not. The tail is over here. The face is over here. But through the glass of water, the face is this way and the tail is that way. And that's crazy because I didn't move the chicken, but it looks entirely backwards through the water glass. Oh, now this raises a physics question, right? How does the image flip? It also raises a philosophy question, right? How do we know whether something is real or whether it's just how we are perceiving it? And something that Jesus teaches throughout the Bible is that we can always look again. We can always change our perspective or try looking through a water glass or not looking through a water glass and see how the thing we're looking at changes. We can always choose to see whether we might have a log sticking out of our eye that we don't even realize. And maybe if I take the log out of my eye, that will help me see each other so much more clearly. So this week, I will leave you with this invitation. I invite you to pay attention to how you are looking at things. And maybe all of us could try this. Maybe we could try to look at something or someone through eyes of love. And if you do that, if you put love in your own eyes, and then you look at something or someone, you will see some of God's love shining in whatever it is you are looking at. Thank you for experimenting with perspectives with me. I invite you to join me in an echo prayer. Will you be my echo? Loving God, we don't always see things clearly. Sometimes we think we understand, and we don't understand. Remind us we can always look again. May our imaginations consider new ideas. May our eyes see your love. Amen. Oh, great work, everybody. Thank you so much for your help. I hope you have a terrific week.